The weather radar system can be used to detect weather, storm intensity, precipitation, and ground targets ahead of the aircraft. Weather radar is a transceiver system. Signals are transmitted and received over a scan angle of 180 degrees. Rotate clockwise to automatically adjust the receiver gain intensity ahead of the aircraft. The antenna normally sweeps horizontally, but it may be tilted to study a segment up to 15 degrees up or 15 degrees down. The antenna sweep is controlled by a drive mechanism. The drive mechanism is also used to stabilize the antenna position in order to maintain the tilt angle to the horizon, compensating for the aircraft pitch attitude. This is achieved using data from the IRS system. The controls on the radar control panel are used to change the antenna tilt, vary the receiver gain, to select individual or dual control, and select the mode for weather detection. The weather radar system is switched on at either EFIS control panel. The brightness of each display is controlled using the same knob. The range of weather radar to be displayed is chosen using the Range Select knob. Weather radar is shown on the navigation display. The display is only available in ARC and MAP modes. The weather radar system is switched on by selecting On at the EFIS control panel. Touch the switch on the EFIS control panel to switch the system on. Once the system is selected on, the brightness is controlled using the same knob. The weather radar mode selector includes the WX selector position as used for normal weather detection. The WX plus T selector position is selected to detect weather and turbulence. Note, turbulence is only detected within a range of 50 nautical miles using the 60 nautical mile range selection at the EFIS control panel. In this position, the weather information is presented in the same way as when selecting WX. However, we now are able to adjust the gain manually. In the Map selector position, the weather radar is used for ground mapping. The Test selector position activates a self-test of the radar system. The Tilt selector adjusts antenna tilt. The Gain control knob adjusts receiver gain in a WX, VAR, or MAP mode. The below calibration light illuminates if the receiver sensitivity is below the calibrated sensitivity. The ground clutter suppression button suppresses ground return in WX modes. The weather radar returns are presented in 4 colors representing different levels of precipitation or reflectivity. Green denotes light precipitation or ground returns with low levels of reflectivity. Yellow shows medium signal returns of weather illustrating low-density precipitation or ground targets with moderate levels of reflectivity. And red indicates high-density precipitation or ground targets with high levels of reflectivity. Magenta displays very strong returns when operating in the weather turbulence mode. These signal returns indicate the intensity of the weather. The system is able to compensate for loss of signal caused by strong weather, and so is able to detect weather behind a storm. The range to be displayed is selected at the EFIS control panel using the same knob that controls the range shown by the navigation display. Select a range of 60 nautical miles for display. The display is now showing weather up to 60 nautical miles. Note that although there is only one weather radar system, the left and right navigation displays may show differing ranges. The antenna can be tilted up or down to a maximum of 15 degrees to vary the scan region. This is carried out using the tilt knob. The tilt angle and direction are enunciated on the navigation display. The WX turb message is displayed in amber on the navigation display when turbulence is detected outside the navigation range. WX-TGT is displayed when a weather target is detected out of the selected range. A WX message is displayed in amber when weather radar failure is detected. Weather radar system detects weather and precipitation ahead of the aircraft. Weather radar is a transceiver system. High-energy pulses are transmitted over a segment of space ahead of the aircraft. The strength of signal received indicates the intensity of the weather ahead. The antenna is swept through the scan angle by a drive mechanism. This also stabilizes the antenna using heading and attitude data from the IRS. The system is enabled at the EFIS control panel. This knob also controls the brightness. The display range is also selected at the EFIS control panel. The weather radar panel is used to enable the system, change antenna tilt, vary receiver gain, select individual or dual control, and select mode for weather detection. Weather radar is shown on the navigation display. The colored regions correspond to the strength of the radar return signal and hence represent the intensity of weather ahead. The antenna tilt angle and direction is enunciated along with messages enunciating turbulence or weather targets outside the selected range and weather radar failure.